Good day. The fundamental law of probability and mutually exclusive events, these are the two concepts I want to deal with in this video. The fundamental law of probability states that the probability of A or B is equal to the probability of A plus probability of B subtract the probability of A and B. This component here refers to the shared probability between A and B. Let me sketch a Venn diagram to explain that concept. This is A, this is B. Okay. If I have a portion here, this portion is in A and the same portion is in B. So this is what is represented by A and B. So this portion is A and it's also in B. A and B refers to the shared probability between A and B. Why do we subtract it from the sum of that? If I say probability of A, this part is in A. Probability of B, this part is in B. So if I add it like that without subtracting it once, I will have included this portion 2 times in my Venn diagram and it will affect my probability. Remember, the probability must sum up to 1 of the entire sample space. So this is what we call the fundamental law of probability. It says what it says there. So I have an example of probability of A given as 0.7. Probability of B is also given. If you look at 0.7 and 0.5, if you add those two, you will see that it will definitely exceed 1. 0.7 plus 0.5 is actually 1.2. And we cannot have probability going beyond 1. 1 is the maximum for probability. And what it means is A and B contain something in common. That one is a must. Otherwise, we will have a clear situation where probability goes beyond 1. So we are given those two. And we are given that probability of A and B is 0.4. You see now it's addressed. This is the shared probability between A and B. We want to use the fundamental law of probability and the given information to find the probability of A or B. So write this again. Probability of A or B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B subtract probability of A and B. Okay. Let's see what goes where. This is what I am looking for because I want probability of A or B. This is equal to probability of A is given as 0.7 plus probability of B is given as 0.5 minus probability of A and B is given also as 0.4. So it's a matter of substituting and then simplifying. 1.2 subtract the 0.4, or easier way of doing it will be 0.5 minus 0.4. The answer is 0.1 for this part, 0.1. Added to 0.7, the answer will be 0.8. So probability of A or B is equal to 0.8. We have used the fundamental law of probability to answer this question. Part B says, are the two events A and B mutually exclusive? Mutually exclusive events are those events that do not share any probability between them. But as we are given in the question, probability of A and B is 0.4, which means there is something shared between A and B, and therefore the events cannot be mutually exclusive events. So the answer to B is that, okay, this is part A, part B, the answer should be, are A and B mutually exclusive? No. And then we can justify why that is not so. Because the probability of A and B is not equal to 0. If it was equal to 0, if there was no shared probability, then we talk about 0. Then the events would be mutually exclusive. But these ones are not mutually exclusive because they share quite some substantial amount of probability between them. This is how you address questions of this type under probability. Thank you.